Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul slash TBR because I have so many books to read, and I'm actually going to tell you what my next book is. It's actually going to be one of the books I show you. Anywho, so I just got done reading Blood Marked, which is the second book in the Legendborn series by Tracy Deonn. And I'm not gonna lie, the first book, it took me forever to read it. It literally sat on my shelf and collected dust because of work. But once I got into it, it was like a slow read until I got to the middle. Y'all, that book was so good that I raced to the store to get this book, and I'm so upset that I finished it because I'm so ready for the next book that doesn't come out until next year. But I'm excited that this book also got greenlit because it's going to be a series. It's going to be produced by, I believe, oh my gosh, hold on y'all. I have a culprit trying to wreck things. Let me see where he's at. Okay, hold on. This is my roommate's cat, Josephine, and she was pulling on my lamp and trying to cause havoc. But I'm gonna put her down. Because she don't want me to carry her. Okay, but back to Blood Marked. But y'all, this book is so good. It's being produced by Black Bear Production Company. And y'all, I'm excited for what's gonna happen with it. Like, shameless plug, I would love to be Mariah. I also act. I'm actually doing the self-tape made challenge right now, and y'all should follow my self-tape page, which I'm gonna put in the comments. But yeah, I'm excited for the show. I'm excited for the next book, just to like combine. Like, I feel like this is a not so much of a spoiler, but to combine like Arthur and Merlin and Morgana and all of that fantasy with root work and like African background, spirituality. I don't know how to describe Bree's mother's background with magic and root work, but it's just so cool to see them come together and see what all she has to do to carry them. But yeah, that's the book I finished, and so now I can tell you what the books I got. Okay, so here's a portion of the books that I have recently purchased that will either be a part of my TBR or will be no, they will be part of my TBR, but like my TBR is growing. I just need to do a book collection because I feel like I'm so close to having a library. If I have, I believe, 100 books or 1,000, I don't know, but I have a little mini library that needs to be read. Like, I need to really put myself on a book ban, but that's not happening anytime soon. Anyways, we got Talia Hibbert, Highly Suspicious and Insane and Unfairly Cute. Y'all, she actually replied to me on TikTok when I did the TikTok about Act Your Age, Eve Brown, and I was so starstruck. I hope one of her books get turned into a movie because I love her books. And I don't know if this is like a bad fact, but Act Your Age, Eve Brown was the first book that I completed that had a Black character in the lead role. And I know that's really bad, but I'm trying to do better at reading characters that look like me and go through my experiences. But also, I like reading books for escapism, so I don't like reading books that like throw in the harsh realities of some of the stuff that we have to face every day as Black women. I'm like, I know my struggle, I don't want to read my struggle, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is my next read. And then I haven't seen anybody talk about this, but this is Monsters We Defy. This came out last year, and it involves like voodoo and New Orleans and just a lot. It's okay. Let me go into it. Okay, Clara Johnson can talk to spirits, a gift that saved her during her darkest moment, now a curse that's left her indebted to the cunning spirit world. So when a powerful spirit offers her an opportunity to gain her freedom, Clara seizes the chance, no questions asked. The task, steal a magical ring from the wealthiest woman in the district. Clara can't accomplish this daring heist alone. To pull off the impossible, she'll need the help of an unlikely team from I'm bad, y'all, but I'm recording on my laptop and it went out. from a unlikely teen, from a handsome jazz musician able to hypnotize with a melody to an aging actor who can change his face. But as they race along DC's legendary Black Broadway, conflict in the spirit world begins to leak into the human one. An insidious mystery is unfolding, one that could cost Clara her life and change the fate of an entire city. Okay, so I lied. This is not New Orleans and voodoo, but I'm like, that's what I thought of because of the cover. But it's DC and it's magical and it's spirit. Like, I don't know. It's DC. It's magical. And they're messing with the spirit realm. And it made me think of, I don't know why, it made me think of Princess and the Frog. Y'all messing with the Shadow Man? That's what it made me think of. And then they're in DC, a black mecca. Even no matter what time it is. I don't even know what time it's supposed to be. Based on the hat, it's given like 1920s or something. Y'all, this cat is playing with my weave. Like, stop it. Anyways, and this is the book that I got instead of purchasing the new Bridgerton Queen Charlotte book. I got the Davenports, which I can't wait to break into. Me and my friend are supposed to be reading this together in tandem. And I'm excited to read this because a lot of people have been promoting this as the Black Bridgerton, which I don't know if I like that promotion because I feel like it's kind of rude to promote something as the black version of something. But I'm like, hey, if it makes people want to buy it, get it. But I got it because, like, based on the back, these four sisters are trying to make a name for themselves. Some of them want romance, some of them don't. And one of them isn't even a sister. She like works with the family, and it's just giving black, like what is it? Old money, but like, you know, black old money, melanated old money, you know. So I'm excited to see how it is. And y'all, I've misplaced this book a couple of times. That even to the fact that I had to go outside, and the back is stained. Oh my God, it's stained. But I'm still gonna read it. It's still gonna be a good book. But yeah, this is the book I got. Then I got Black Candle Women. And this book I'm really excited to read. And I just contradicted myself. It gives practical magic. Only reason I say this is it's based on 3 women. And none of them can fall in love. Whoever they fall in love with dies, and they've kept to themselves like they're introverted. They're like an introverted household within their community, and I believe it's the mother and the aunt, or either the mother and the grandma, and then the mother's daughter who's like a teenager who's fallen in love, and they have to explain to her why she can't fall in love and how she needs to, like, you know, stick to herself. And when they explain that their family history, they go back in time to tell her about like the family curse, about like why they can't fall in love. And I'm like, this got picked up too. This is gonna get adapted into either a limited series or a movie. I think Universal is doing it. But let me just read the inner cover because I feel like I'm throwing up mouthwise. So, generations of Montrose women, Augusta, Victoria, Willow, have lived together in their quaint 2-story bungalow in California for years. They keep to themselves, never venture far from home, and their collection of tinctures and spells is an unspoken bond between them. But when 17-year-old Nikki Montrose brings home a boy for the first time, their quiet lives are thrown into disarray. For the other women have been withholding a secret from Nikki that will end her relationship before it even begun. The decades-old family curse that any person they fall in love with dies. Their surprise guest forces each woman to reckon with her own past choices and mistake, and as new truths about the curse emerge, the family is set on a collision course dating back to a voodoo shop in 1950s New Orleans French Quarter, where a hidden story in a mysterious book may just hold the answer they seek in love and in life. So I mixed this story setting with this story setting because this one is voodoo and New Orleans, and this one is spiritual realm and DC. But either way, y'all, I'm excited. But that's why, since I just finished reading Blood Marks, that's why I'm reading these 2 books to like step into like realistic, practical, historical romance, because I just got done reading like a sci-fi fantasy book, and then I'm gonna jump back into these fantasies, and so those are my next 4 reads. But then I also got this book from my best friend. She had to read it in high school, and in the school that I went to, I didn't have to read it. And we always have debates about what she read in school versus what I read, and she gets so surprised. She's like, "You didn't read that at school?" I'm like, "No," but she went to she went to high school in Mississippi. I went to high school in Louisiana, and I went to like a predominantly white high school. She did not. And this is a book by an author that lived in Mississippi for a while, and this is based on a story that takes place in Mississippi, so I can understand why the teachers made this required reading in her high school. But I love this movie, not because it has the best storyline based on what happened to the little girl. Oh, let me backtrack. This is A Time to Kill by John Grisham, and I love this movie. It has Matthew McConaughey, but I love this movie because Octavia Spencer and Tate Taylor worked on this film as PAs. Octavia Spencer got one of her first acting roles in this movie. I believe she was an office PA / set PA on this film, and Tate Taylor was a set PA on this film, but now he directs, and he's directed a lot of movies in Mississippi in the past years. The Help, Get On Up, Ma, and I believe all 3 of those, if I'm not mistaken, have Octavia Spencer. Y'all, I want to work on, they're supposed to be doing, I got the series. I got John Grisham, A Time to Kill, which is a story about Jake Brigance and his first big trial that's like breaking news in the city, in the town, not city. Oh, also backtracking, one of my professors was an extra in this film. This film was just so good, and it filmed in Jackson or in Canton. It takes place in Clayton or something like that here, but it's filmed in Canton / Jackson, Mississippi. Anyways, but yeah, this is his first big trial. It also stars Sandra Bullock. Yeah, it's a really good book. But I've never finished any of John Grisham's books, but this story is about John Brigance. And then you have Sycamore Road that takes place 3 years after this trial, which is his next big trial, about how this rich man who has like a state, like comes from old money, he kills himself, like he hangs himself on a sycamore tree or in Sycamore Road woods, whatever. He hangs himself on a tree. But when he dies, he leaves all of his money to the maid. And so John Brigance has to get to the bottom of like why he left the money to the maid and what all is going on within his family, like with the drama and everything. So that's the second book. And then we have A Time for Mercy. And I'm excited to read this whole, I don't even know what A Time for Mercy is. No, yes I do. But I can't paraphrase it because I haven't read the back of this book in a minute. But anyways, these are all John Brigance's biggest trials in his career. So first big trial, second big trial, 3 years after A Time to Kill, and then A Time for Mercy, which is going to be like his redemption trial because he's like come out of retirement for it. But y'all, speaking of coming out of retirement, this is in active development at HBO to be like a limited series, which I hope they film in Mississippi so that I can go back home and work on it, because when I tell you, it is on my bucket list to work on a Tate Taylor production in Mississippi, in the state that I am from, and to work on that film, whether it be as a set PA, whether it be as an extra, whether it be as an actor. I am willing that into my existence. I just know it's going to happen for me. So I'm like, might as well get some material. So yeah, and on top of that, I don't know. Like getting off track, like right now there's a writer strike, and like the actors are rumored to be striking soon, and the DGA. Y'all, I'm about to be reading. Yes, I'm kind of upset that I can't go back to work because most times I work as a set PA. Not set PA. A office PA turned personal assistant for cast. But this gives me time to just read and get a survival job and stack up. Yes, I would love to be in my industry, but you know, my industry got to get itself back right so I can get back working, if that makes sense. But anyways, I'm getting off track. But those are all the books that are on my TBR, and those are the books I recently bought. I would love to hear your thoughts on if you've read any of these books, or what books are currently on your TBR. And if you read Bloodmarked or Legendborn, I want to talk to you in the comments, and I would love for you to comment on this video. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and be sure to look out for my next video, which will be a review on Bloodmarked in detail without spoiling. Bye.